All right, everybody, welcome. We are here at the official beginning of these play-ins. It's a single elimination bracket here at the Overwatch Championship Series. I'm here casting. Hi, I'm Jumpenny, here casting with Gilgamesh. Very excited to have him here. I just can't contain my excitement for these playoffs, not going to lie, Gilgamesh.
Yeah, me neither. I'm really excited to see those two teams play together, play against each other, actually. Both of those seem to have, like, some... I really don't know which one is going to win tonight. I don't have any, like, preferences. I heard that Hellfire was pretty good, but I also heard that Apocalypse was a very, like... They have very high and very low. So I wonder if Apocalypse can play, like, their best tonight, they might... Are they going to be able to beat Hellfire tonight? That's what I'm wondering.
Yeah, Apocalypse has certainly had a very back and forth season. They started off very successful and saw some troubles throughout the season, but for sure they are a team that, like you said, rides the highs and the lows. And tonight here in the playoffs, let's see if they can get off on a good note against Hailstorm, who is not going to be an easy target to stop.
I agree.
4, 3, 2,
So now the map is starting. Let's go.
round 1. Capture the objective.
Both team going on a brawl-centric kind of comp, except for the Pharah for Lucy right here. Oh, let's see what's happening.
And we see the Symmetra is going to get the teleporter, so that's going to be an early cap here, holding on to the point. Obviously, it's not ready yet. We're going to see a Nubrak and Army Llama. They're trying to poke through here. They need to find their way into this point. It's not easy, though. Once Sim gets those TPs and gets those turrets up, it's not super easy to stop. Now, you have Lucy on the far here, who... Oh, and Uberak goes down. He can't push his way in. Blue Sheep on the Lucio is actually going to find him, and now that's Resley. Following through, Lucy goes down. That's the Pharah out of the sky. That's what you need. Gilgamesh, how did they go ahead and get that fight win?
I think that they just played too fast. You know, when you have a Thermos in the sky, like your tanks and your DPS are on the, they're just like, I mean, your DPS, your healer, and your tanks are just on the ground, and they can't do anything against a brawl comp that plays fast, right?
Right.
With a Pharah, you need to play slowly, and if you cannot play slowly, well, your tank line is going to get destroyed, and that's what happened right there.
Yeah, just needed to try to find a way into that point and couldn't quite get to it. I did misspeak, by the way. This is Apocalypse versus Hellfire, not for the Hailstorm, but again, Anubarak trying to find his way to break into this point. The turrets are bothering him, but they surely go down quick. Lucy now finding himself on this flank, and he wants to find a way to break through this. Fuzzy Puddles finds himself on the Ana, way out in the enemy tank line, but Keener is going to be pushing just straight through. And Lucy does manage to find that pick, but it's not going to be enough. Keener again rolling in through the enemy team. Down they go.
Absolutely. I feel like the Fairy's still alive though. I mean, she might be. Oh no, she's dead. Never mind. Okay. And the Fairy just gave up. The Mercy's just. Oh, they're staggering the Mercy actually.
Oh,
okay.
no.
Yeah. Poor little Mercy. She tried to kill herself, but they didn't let her die. So yeah. Keener again is just going way too fast for the tank for the tank line here. The Sigma. Like poor Sigma, he's just getting run over by Reinhardt, and he just cannot do anything. Like Lucy's trying, he's getting some picks here and there, but if your ultimate is dead, you cannot do much about it, right? So
Yeah.
the High Noon coming out as well.
It's going to be very hard to make ground on this Ryan Sigma against the Ryan Zarya when they've already got the point like that. Not High Noon doesn't get much, but it buys some time, and that could even be enough for Hellfire here. Apocalypse as they hold on tight. Now going into this point, you see the wall come up. That's going to be Baptiste's ultimate. Now Keener gets a big slam, but Immort does come out, so they trade effectively. Now the Nano 1 to Keener again, who's been fighting hard all day long. Now Army Llama does find one with the Flux, but it's not going to be enough. Resley finds two, and Keener again cleans up as he does. Resley finding picks in every fight here. Comes in clutch in the final fight. High Noon doesn't get much, but it does stall the enemy team out for time. 3 picks come through from Resley, and they take that point.
That's so unfortunate. They had so many ults they could use this fight, but it just didn't. And they used their ult way too late, and they just died before they could use it. And now they're stuck, not even able to touch point with like 4 ults. That's a little bit sad on this side. Well, maybe the first is not working well for them. Maybe that, I don't know, Keener again and Twitter just going way too fast on them. They're just playing way too aggressive for the Pharah to get any space and any value. So maybe Lucy wants to swap a Pharah for a more like dive or a more brawl-centric kind of comp. But it looks like he's sticking on Pharah for now, so I wonder what Keener, Gordon, and Twitter are going to do right there against this Pharah. Because we know that this map right there is a way more open area, so Pharah might be able to pop off a little more. Who knows?
Yeah, you make a great point there. You know, the Sim strat especially gives them an early advantage, but as you said, the Pharah is going to really struggle, especially with this new buff to Reinhardt, where he is even more rewarded for just going in pretty aggro with the damage he does. And Octave immediately finds himself dead to Resley, who, as I talked about him last game, comes in here early, and in all fairness, Octave found himself alone on the point, so maybe a little miscommunication there. As now we're going to see a big push coming through, and they're just going to hold this bridge and take the point whenever it's available.
Yeah, absolutely. Octave just going all by himself here. I don't know. You just got punish like way too early, and then losing your Lucio was a little bit unfortunate, especially when you only have a Mercy plugging your Fair in the Sky, so you're taking your Reaper just don't have any kind of healing. It looks like the re-engage is coming pretty early there.
Hellfire now trying to break into the point. Aminar going to get slept. He was not having a fun time as he teleported in there, got stunned a lot. Now Twid going to find a pick. Twid is someone who always comes up big in these games. No change here. Now Eden finds a new Nubarek. The dive is falling apart before our eyes as the Brawl just pushes straight through and holds on to that point.
Absolutely. There's not much you can do as a Raking Ball and a Monkey against a Symmetra like that. Starts on point of Mekri or Rhino Zarya. Honestly, the dive is going to be very hard, especially with a Fair and a Reaper. And that's why they're switching. They're going back on the Brawl right now, but they don't have any ults. That's going to be very, very hard to recap this point with no ults at all. I think that at this point, they might have won. Nah, I don't know. This is not a good decision right now. All of them have like 4% ult charge, and recontesting with 0 ults is going to be very hard against like the Symmetra wall and the High Noon.
Yeah, clearly Hellfire Hero felt like they had the mirror, but the ult's going to put them down, and there goes Resley with that High Noon behind Keener. That seems to be a play they have. Not to try to read to our new. Maybe what might be... Oh
big.
my gosh! A double boot by Blue Sheep in the back line. He does go down, but they're certainly going to hold on to this point. And I got to say, Apocalypse here, playing really well. Certainly riding the highs right now, going into this, taking this looking like they could take this second point. Obviously, a recap attempt here going to come out from Hellfire.
Absolutely.
And now Octave yet again going deep into the enemy team. Eden finds the Moira now. Ink Splash going down as Ryan. Both are going at it, but Keener is the one with the Nano. Meanwhile, Anubrak is antied. Eden finds 2. Octave does get a kill here, but the Brawl is just going to succeed. Now Octave trying to run away as Amin-Ra does find Resley, getting a little bit of a leg up in that McCree duel, but it might be a little too late. Another pick comes through from Amin-Ra. Wait a minute with the beat. The grab only catches 1, and they're going to get to this point. Hellfire still has a shot.
Absolutely. Looks like Ricotta's coming on. Okay, Keener Hagen is a little bit alone there, but okay, big pick from Eden right there. I don't know what the ball's just rolling on point. Octave is coming back on point. Oh, Army Llama is getting a pick on the Ana. That's pretty big right there. The beat coming out from Blue Sheep is going to save some people on the point, but Army Llama is getting some picks with a Raking Ball there. It looks like it's working for now. But I really know who's going to win. The Coalescence coming out from Ink Splash here is also going to be very big. But Keener Hagen is, hitting the Moira during her Coalescence. That was some pretty unlucky things.
Yeah, Keener again actually uses Ryan's pin to boop a character off the map. Amin-Ra does have that High Noon, doesn't get much, but Octave and Army Llama finding consecutive picks. The picks are going back and forth. This could go either way. Hellfire might have an advantage in the touch time, but no. It's going to be Apocalypse picking this one up.
Absolutely.
They take that map.
That was a pretty interesting map, honestly. I feel like Apocalypse was just playing their game. They were just like, no, playing Brawl, playing Symmetra Brawl. Well, it's working for them. And I felt like, I don't know, Hellfire was just... They were just trying some stuff, trying some Pharah, trying some Brawl, trying some Dive, but it wasn't working for them. I feel like they're just less comfortable on their com than on their composition. And I feel like, I don't know, Apocalypse is just way more comfortable, and they just don't have any hesitation.
And as you pointed out, you know, with the comp issues, then they had to mirror, and then they're already down in ults, which is hard for any team to come back from. So
yeah, absolutely. When the enemy team is already 40% on point, and you must start again from 0, from like from nothing, it's very, very hard to win fights.
And I want to mention really quickly before we go to a short break, 3-minute intermission as we wait for the teams to pick their maps. We are, I believe, do we have a current giveaway? Yes, every 100 followers, we are giving away $20 of BattleNet balance. $30 on 300 it's going to be, actually. If you check the title there, you see that. So make sure to follow and be around when we're streaming. And when we hit that 300, we're going to do a very exciting giveaway.
Oh, yeah, I love those giveaways. Always exciting.
For sure. And with that, we're going to go to a quick intermission. We will be back with what has so far been a very exciting match. These play-ins are going to continue and stay as heated as they've been. Stick around. All right, and we are back with the second map. We are going to be going on to King's Row here. A few subs did come through, actually. I believe Keener again was swapped out for Big Mac, if I got that right. But we'll see for sure as we go in here. A very exciting match so far. Apocalypse currently riding that high that we know they like to ride. But going into King's Row here, now Apocalypse certainly seem to have the advantage on the brawl. But Gilgamesh, I'm curious to see who you think is going to come out on top here based on what we just saw.
I wonder. You can see a lot of different comps on King's Row, honestly. Like, I know the Brawl is like... King's Row is very good for Brawl, so I'm kind of surprised that we see King's Row. And Apocalypse looked pretty superior on Brawl, as you said. So I'm wondering, but maybe Lucy's going to go back in a Pharah, and they're going to try something else. Maybe they're going to try some I don't know, Symmetra comp or anything. Maybe like that, I don't know. Maybe they're going to try something else and it's going to work. But for now, I'm still saying that Apocalypse might be better on this one.
Yeah, this is certainly a very brave map pick for Hellfire, right? Because obviously, like you said, the Brawl looked like it was winning there for Apocalypse. Now, obviously, Hellfire wasn't really running a full Brawl for the whole map, but, you know, that even then, that kind of plays more into that, you know, Apocalypse would be maybe more warmed up on the Brawl. Yep. So, yeah, a curious map choice, but it clearly shows they feel confident about King's Row. They must, you know, to go into it in this scenario. So let's see how they do.
Absolutely. I wonder if there's going to be a big mate diff here. Like, the wall might be a very game-breaking thing right now.
It's very true. Big Mac's going to have to look out for that a lot, actually. That Maywall could really do him dirty. So far, none has come through. Mad Wolf's going to take that bus, and he's spamming down into the enemy team. And now Big Mac does get walled off, and he's pinned. He's down to half health, and already you called it. There goes the Maywall, getting Big Mac down. And Hellfire is going to continue to roll.
That's what I knew that Hellfire had a pretty good main players, and I knew that like their May was very comfortable, and they were very comfortable like playing around the May wall. And looks like I was right. They just walled the big even though the wall was pretty early, they still got to kill on Big Mac. All of the team followed up without hesitation, killing the main tank of Apocalypse. So I feel like the May is going to be a big struggle here for Apocalypse.
Now Prism did just go down, but Anubarak actually kind of died there touching the spawn doors. So while he did get Prism, they are going to have an interesting situation now with the Maywall coming out. And a big shatter gets 4 from Anubarak. Big Mac yet again gets walled off and 4 gets shattered. Anubarak cleans house and Hellfire or Apocalypse is going to be sent back to the drawing board into the spawn yet again.
Yeah, Anubarak is kind of angry. The last map, he didn't get to do much, and now he's just like, you know, I'm winning this map. Big shatter, big pins. Like, Anubarak is tired of this kind of... He's just going in and winning this game. Playing very well.
Anubarak so far absolutely tearing through the enemy team, building that shatter early. Big Mac hasn't even had a shatter. Anubarak gets him again off that Maywall. Anubarak has had a shatter, is at 63%, and Big Mac is still at 34% to shatter. This is a big Ryan moment right now for Anubarak, but Winsy does go down, catching himself ahead of his Reinhardt shield, is now Prism on the Pharah. He's going to force Hellfire to back off the point here and give up a few ticks at least.
Yeah, I don't know, but the Pete just got exterminated while he was in Coalescence, so and losing him early for is actually not very good.
And Winsy is going to still be on his way back as the Maywall goes up. And Anubarak this time is going to be the main tank dying. Because now they try to stall at this point for as long as possible as Scythe on the May. Obviously that's not going to last too long though. So a good push for Apocalypse, but not after a few very valiant holds by Hellfire that have set them up in an ultimate position where they could be pretty favorable in this map so far.
Absolutely, the wall pin combo from Anubarak and Scythe was so good. That's actually unfortunate they lost this fight because of some overextend. But right now, looks like Hellfire is gonna come on. They're gonna come with the Mail and the Shatter here. And the Mail could be very big, but they should actually be afraid of they should be scared of the grab and the Barrage combo here as well.
Now we're going to see Pete actually going down to Prism on the Pharah, who finds his way into the backline. Prism actually a new member of Apocalypse. Someone I've played with a good bit and actually tried out for my team, got picked up by Apocalypse and showing up big here in the playoffs right now.
I feel like they're getting some momentum. Apocalypse, maybe they were struggling against them on the first point, but on the street phase, they have no hesitation and they're just rolling through without any hesitation. And now they have 4 ults and they should theoretically win this fight on paper, but I wonder what's going to happen. Maybe that side is going to get a big blizzard. This fight is going to be great.
Yeah, worth noting that shatter difference is now gone as Big Mac has his shatter and Anubrax is gone. This could be a pretty easy point to win, but don't count them out yet. The freeze does come through, but picks coming through like crazy. Prism finds a window for that Pharah ultimate. That's going to be huge as 2 go down. They're going to cap this point.
Absolutely, as I said, you know, it's okay to have like your Blizzard, but when you have a Nano Reinhardt smacking your team and a beat, you know, a Nano Reinhardt smacking your whole team and the Barrage in the sky, you can't do much about it, right? It's like,
true.
It's okay, but 4 ults is better than 1. And right now, the only thing that Hellfire is gonna have is a Coalescence and the grab to win this fight.
Prism going back to swap to Tracer actually right now, as Baritone did find himself dead to the snipe of Scythe, as Luzi now finds that newly Tracered Prism with a headshot and arrow spam as Prism tried to peek that corner. Very unfortunate. Now Scythe, a very good Widow player, someone to watch out for. This third point could turn bad for Apocalypse if they're not careful.
Absolutely.
Oh, right when I say that, though. Almost as if purely to make me look bad, Mad Wolf finds a nice headshot, but now we got grabs out the wazoo.
Big.
Whew, a big High Noon finds two, and Big Mac.
I really love this grab voice line sync. Like the two are grabbed at the exact same time, and you said it. Side with a good Widow pick in Diana. It's gonna be very hard to win point 3. Oh, they have the res in Diana though. That's a pretty lucky thing. I wonder what's gonna happen there. None of the team have like very big ults. It's probably gonna rely on the Nano Ryan on the side of Apocalypse here.
And Winzy is actually on the Roadhog here, a curious choice into Diana, but now Shatter. And Anubrak goes down, gets antied along with Winzy, who's going to die now. Like I said, that Roadhog is going to struggle into this Ana. Big Shatter coming through, hits one, I believe, as Big Mac is cleaning up this point for his team right now. They're going to cap this with around 3 minutes left. No, Luzi finds a pick. I'm going to hold my mouth a little bit. No, I shouldn't have. No, I should! Winzy comes in again. He's going to slam the enemy team. Now that's Scythe finding his way in. They can recontest this here. Anubrak is pinning out of the spawn right now. Prism finds Scythe, though, and it's not going to be enough. Anubrak doesn't make it in time.
Damn, I feel like I'm looking at this right now, and I was like, oh, okay, looks like Hellfire is getting some pretty good momentum on point A, but oh, never mind, they're going too far. They're losing their Moira, and then I don't know, Apocalypse just went through the street phase and point C like it was nothing. It was just so soft. I don't know. I feel like their ult economy, the ult economy coming from Apocalypse is just way better than Hellfire. Hellfire just like using their ults and losing fights, and they're just stuck with no ults at all. Like going against a Nano Ryan with like 0 ults is a little bit harsh, especially with the new Reinhardt buff, as you said. So I feel like it's an ult economy diff right now from Apocalypse.
Yeah, like you said, Hellfire very early on had a pretty impressive hold, but once Apocalypse was able to break through that, they pretty well steamrolled, and a lot of that was due to, like you said, that Streets phase where we actually saw Apocalypse sort of turn the tables on the ult economy that hadn't been in their favor up till then. You know, it was starting in that Streets phase was where it officially switched over, and we saw a lot of ults on the side of Apocalypse coming up, and Hellfire with not that many, and from there, they were able to steamroll through.
Absolutely. I feel like I don't know, like, as I said, when you have a Nano Ryan every fight and the enemy team doesn't have anything to play against it, yeah, you know, the German man is gonna go mad and he's gonna slam everyone. So this could happen, like, pretty much every fight. So let's see, Prism on the Junkrat there, and I wonder what's gonna happen here. A big spam coming out from Apocalypse.
Yeah, Prism on the Junkrat's certainly gonna be something to watch. He's found picks all game long. Let's see what he can do here. They actually have Luzi on the Reaper, who's looking to find his way through this hotel room now. He's going to be coming with the rest of his team as Hellfire pushes through the hotel and into the enemy now.
Trap.
And this is where that Junkrat from Prism can come in big. They're not going to be able to get out of this hotel very easily with Prism spamming into them like that, so they're going to have to find a new way around. They're going to go around the statue now to try to get this point. And now that's going to be a Nubrak coming in. They're sort of just spamming each other out here. Hellfire, due to that Junkrat, they have to kind of stop and regain their resources before they can push in, but now the tanks are dueling it out with Prism spamming through these shields. The Coalescence comes through big from Beat. He can find something here. That's a good Coalescence at a very crucial moment, but no. He does keep his team sustained as Prism's tire is going to come through. We see a lot of ults, and there's a big Shatter coming through from Big Mac, and Prism follows up with that tire. That's a 3K now.
I'll be fair. To be fair, Hellfire played well. They waited a little too long, but they knew they had the Coalescence diff. When you play Moira, you're always gonna have your ult first. And going in with Coalescence was actually a good idea, but Big Mac and Prism said, no, I don't care about the Coalescence. We're gonna get a 3K together and just win the fight easy, right?
Yeah, that was a very dynamic play. Really interesting to see all those ultimates interact in that way, in a way that ended up turning in Apocalypse's favor, as their ultimates just seem to combo a little bit better together. Now, Scythe has the High Noon, but the wall's going to make that an issue for him. Baritone actually goes down here in the back line, and he had the beat, so Hellfire doesn't seem to realize they're taking a little bit to push in, but now they do go. Anubrak was getting his resources together, and I should have been careful, because he was about to go off. A big Shatter comes through from Anubrak, and the rest of Hellfire is going to clean this up.
I feel like every time you say something, the opposite happens.
Caster's curse for sure.
Absolutely. So, what's gonna happen here? Luzi is going on the Jugger as well, so it's gonna be Junkrat v Junkrat. They're pretty much going on a mirror comp right now, except for the Moira. Speaking about Moira, P is gonna have his coalescence right now, and I wonder, the hold. It seems like Hellfire is having a big hold. The holds are coming for Hellfire right now, and they're probably gonna be doing Graffire coalescence, and I think that Hellfire should win this round on paper with how many ult they have.
Yeah, I would expect to see a beat coming out from both Lucios here, but like you said, the ults are... Both teams, however, are going to come online eventually, but it's going to be a bit too late for Apocalypse. Hellfire now already starting to roll this fight, and they're going to keep that card pushing with a few picks coming through here.
Yeah, I feel like the same thing that happened to Apocalypse is happening to Hellfire. The street phase is getting absolutely snowballed very, very hard. But now, the good thing is that Apocalypse is going to come up with like 6 ults. But
yeah.
Mad Wolf dying here is actually a big deal for Apocalypse. They might not even be able to recontest with like a full team.
That's
so,
true.
Except if they use their grab very early, they might have to give up this point.
Yeah, it's going to be hard, but now Prism, they are committing to this. Every ultimate is coming through from both teams, almost actually, with only 2 ults remaining in the game now. Prism's tire yet again finds 3! And there goes Hellfire falling down yet again, and like you said, they turned the ultimate economy around in their favor this time. Well, just as they did last time by taking a fight early on the streets phase and making the
Apocalypse. Yeah, Apocalypse just knew that Mad Wolf wasn't going to be back in time to touch the card, so they just said, "Hey, you know what? Let's just beat. So we have a better ult pool." And so they did, and then they grabbed and they tired and just won this fight. And now they have the better ult economy. So I wonder they might actually win this fight on paper again.
Yeah, Hellfire also committed a lot of ultimates to that fight that are all now gone, so Hellfire's going to struggle here with a Shatter not coming through, though. Big Mac goes down in front of his team trying to Shatter there. The mirror comes up. That very unfortunate timing as another member of Apocalypse does go down, but Hellfire still has to fight for this point. Mad Wolf finds 2 picks, and Blue Sheep is still plenty alive.
Oh,
but no, they're going to cap. They have to step off the point with no large health pool tank characters to hold them down.
Yeah.
And now that's going to lead to Hellfire, who currently this could go either way. The time advantage is not really clear. We have still a whole point to go, and it's still very close.
I feel like Apocalypse comp is kind of weird. A brawl with a Pharah Mercy on point 3 of King's Row, and I don't know, that's questionable right there. And I think the Moira is just way better for having cold every fight, so I think that they should swap this comp right now.
Yeah, and with Prism popping off on the tires, I'm not quite sure what made them decide that the Pharah would be better, but so far, Pharah is not dead, which is always a good sign, looking for an early pick, but it's kind of poking this out, trying to find something. The Mercy is now there to help, but a big hammer down is going to come through and not really get anything. Maybe not the biggest, but Lucy does find a pick off the space it created. That pick gets res, but Scythe finds another, and Anubrak is going deep into this grab to swing on it. Lucy finds a tire, and the ultimates are coming out for both teams. Scythe just going to stand there in high noon waiting for that gun to draw, but he's not going to need it. They're going to cap this point. However, they are going to be a few 7 seconds down from Apocalypse time.
I'm so confused right now. I just don't know why they swapped the Pharah Mercy. Pharah wasn't even getting bucketed by Mercy. It's King's Row point C. You don't have any Skybucks. It's like so close to Rio. The Pharah just doesn't have, like, she cannot pop off at all. You saw who was being Pharah. It was Prism. Prism was just on the little high ground on point C, and he was hiding so hard from trying to spam, but he wasn't getting anything done. The Junkrat was just so much better with like the 3K tire every fight basically. And I don't know, the Mercy wasn't getting any value because she wasn't pocketing Pharah. So I think that Moira Lucy would just have been so much better for Apocalypse right there.
Yeah, I agree. And you know, we could see that maybe with Prism being a new player to the team. Maybe, you know, obviously it's a little harder to figure out what you want to run. And maybe something was going wrong with the Junkrat, right? And they weren't quite sure which hero would be better. But they actually stay on the Pharah here, so they're confident. Obviously, this is a better place to play Pharah than point 3 by far. So
absolutely. Usually, you see Pharah on point A, on point B, but the you know, like instantly switch it on point C. But there it was the opposite. Yeah. Pharah on point C, but not on point A and not on point B. Yeah, I don't know. Looks like their Prism is going back on the Pharah, but on defense, if attacking Pharah makes more sense than defensive Pharah, but I think that Sights on the Widow might cause him a little bit of trouble. On the Make Me now, actually.
And given the way it's gone so far, it might be surprising if either team even manages to cap this point. It's taken a lot of time for the first cap to come through, so we could see 2 full holds here maybe. Now that's Big Mac taking some spam, but he's going to have to hide his healers, keeping them up as Prism. Does have room to roam now, as opposed to that 3rd point. is able to fly around this building here and keep some good cover, good corners and angles as Anubrak is pushing his team through this hotel now. He goes down though, early, catches the spam and the Big Mac. He now goes down early in that fight, and that's going to be a big rollback for Hellfire.
Yeah, I feel like the Pharaoh just outspammed them at this point. I don't know, I feel like Hellfire should just go way faster. The Pharaoh is just having so much trouble just flying and staying alive. If you just destroy like the tank line, the Pharaoh's not gonna do much. If Hellfire just play faster, they have like a big combat advantage on King's Row.
Very true. Yeah, they could certainly burst through this, but Prism is making that difficult, clearly applying pressure to this backline, trying to hold that team back, but will it be enough? Big Mac's shield is low, but his health pool isn't. Anubrak's might be. He has a bubble now, he's going in, but Big Mac has the nano this time. And the Shatter comes through, doesn't catch a whole lot. Or no, sorry, no Shatter. But now Big Mac does have it, and he gets blocked by Anubrak. The High Noon coming through from Mad Wolf, a stun on both Ryans here as they pin into each other. Now they're just holding space, and this point is being danced around as a tick has been captured by Hellfire. Side finds a pick. That's going to be the Zarya going down. You hate to see it come through, but right as Isak finds Mad Wolf, the McCree carry going down. A few picks come through, but a big Shatter from Anubrak can turn this around. But Prism wants to pull this back. They've been trading picks for days. They've been trading picks since before I was born, and this fight is still going.
Oh yeah, Priz just popped up there. Like, Anubrak with a big Shatter, but it wasn't enough. Priz is on the point, spamming, and there's no one to stop him. And another pick from Priz with a big grab from Wincy.
Oh, another beat, but the pin is bigger. 2 picks come through for Hellfire. Will it be enough? Scythe coming back. Big Mac is dead. Looks like they can cap this point of what was a strangely scraggly fight. Now it's going to go Hellfire's way, and they're in overtime, but they got that point, and that's huge.
Chris played very well. They're getting a lot of picks, but you know what they say? Spawn diff. When you're attacking, the spawn is so much closer that Hellfire just came back faster, and Pharaoh and Mercy were just alone on point. So at this point, the street phase, I wonder if the street phase is going to go as it went all map long. Is it going to go in the snowball again? Or is it going to be, I don't know, maybe a little more... You know, Apocalypse need to stop them right here. They need to stop Hellfire right there, or it's going to be very hard to win this game. So Vinino's grab is going to be very, very important here.
Yeah, looking for that grab to come out early, but he's currently in the back of his team just trying to get there. Now he is. And a big Shatter comes through from Big Mac. It hits a couple, and the grab comes through bigger. Lucy could die here, and he does to Big Mac, who swings into that with that new Rhine damage. Winzy also does find Big Mac in response, though, and now with a big pin. And goes down as well to beat. After a stunning pin from Anubrak that frankly came out of nowhere, Anubrak is now popping off as he has been, getting that Fire Strike, and like I said, this Rhine damage. While a good point has been made that maybe it only makes Rhine better where he was already good, it's certainly, you feel it when he gets in your face, and that damage definitely comes through a lot quicker than it used to. Now, we could see Hellfire fully push this street space. Big Mac's going to try to contest, but I don't know if his team really has the resources to do this. Now he's holding the point with Mad Wolf. His Tracer just trying to hope for a hold, but he gets shattered, and Anubrak's going for his Tracer, and he still has that pin, but Big Mac finds 2. Wait a minute! Anubrak didn't turn around! He stunned Big Mac, but left him in the back line to pick up. And they now the shatter from Big Mac. Will it be enough as Prism finds a pick? This is insane. These teams have been going back and forth all day, and now it's a 3v1 on point. Blue Sheep, unfortunately, can't win with those odds. And finally, Hellfire caps. Oh my lord.
I don't even feel like watching Overwatch. I just feel like watching a sumo fight against 2 Reinhardt right now. Those big shatters tonight, man, you like to see it. But right now, like, I think Prism is coming with copy, Mad Wolf with Pulse Bomb. But there's also a big grab coming out of, like, Winzy and Isaac. So I wonder who's going to win. Like, big ults coming out from both teams. But Lucy with a big, pretty huge.
And Prism actually copies the Rhine. He has the shatter already, but it doesn't hit anything. And Ubrat's hits bigger. And they've been pushing this whole thing through overtime right now. Mad Wolf got Tracer, but that's not going to be too much. He's going to be back quick. Bombs away, but does it get anything? No. Winzy finds Prism now, and they're going to push this point. This is insane. They've been in overtime since the street phase began, and now they're pushing this into third point with almost no issues. Big Mac now slamming the back. He does find himself stunned, but Mad Wolf looking for a flank here. Nubrak is anti. That could be big for the beat. Comes through bigger. Vento is going to pin in, and he's super low right now. He's nanoed, though, just in time. As the coalescence comes through, Vento gets stunned, and Mad Wolf finds himself off of the map. I don't know if this is an OCS curse. People always fall off of the map at this point on King's Row, but Hellfire is rolling right now. And they're going to cap this point, I think.
Yeah, I think no one's on point right now. The raking bullshit in the backline. Oh, he's coming back. Oh, buddy, Jaw dies instantly. Trace on point. Mad Wolf redemption arc. I guess not. Reinhardt spinning in, but no. I really want to know what happened to Mad Wolf there. I don't know. I kind of question this, but you know, it happens to everyone, as you said, OCS curse. So speaking seriously, this Reinhardt buff really made like the shatter rate, like the shatter. I saw so many shatters, especially when you play Echo and you copy Reinhardt, it makes even more shatter. I feel like I don't know, not a lot of shatters are getting blocked tonight, but a lot of shatter are landing, and like a lot of big shatters tonight. So that's nice to see when you're a caster, big shatters. Always, I don't know. I feel like Hellfire, they were just like wasting their ults like at the worst time possible. They were using shatters when they should not have been using shatter. They used ults like way too late, and they were just like not capitalizing on them at all. I feel like they just wasted grab, wasted shatter, and I think that Apocalypse just wasted their ults, and Hellfire were just like using them well, and that's just a ult utilization diff.
And that could come down to a lot of things, whether it's, individual players or, scrim experience or planning before the match, that kind of thing. So, I am kind of curious because I think you're right. The ult efficiency has certainly been different tonight. And Apocalypse is really riding that right now. Keeping the mistakes low while Hellfire seems to be slipping up every now and then. But as I say that, of course, they certainly just made an impressive push. So let's see how Apocalypse comes back and tries to counter this.
Yeah, but I feel like Apocalypse was having some really good ult economy, but now they just don't anymore. I feel like it's just so different from the attacking phase.
Yeah, and I think what you said with the Rein damage, the game is so volatile with these shatters coming out back and forth, and obviously you have your teammates getting ult off of that shatter, right? Because when you knock someone down, it's easier to get ult off of them in the first place. And Uberak has slept, but Apocalypse didn't really seem to notice because they didn't push. They just let him lie there, and he gets back up now, and Big Mac is going to find himself dead to the spam, but Mad Wolf finds a pick, and that could be really big for Apocalypse. No, Lucy does find Prism now, and Uberak gets a pick himself, so Apocalypse is going to be sent back to the drawing board.
I don't know what happened there. Like, Lucy's on Junkrat, and you have Widow Kree. You're gonna get out spam pretty fast. And you saw Uberak sleeping. I don't know, like, Apocalypse, they're like, oh, Uberak is sleeping? We're gonna back up, let's go. And they got out spammed by Junkrat, and then Big Mac just died. Questionable gameplay right now from Widow.
Yeah, I thought with the Widow that they would have seen that, so unfortunately the push doesn't come through. The Shatter gets mostly blocked as the Nano gets onto Big Mac. Now, the Coalescence going to make it a bit hard, but the beat makes it so it doesn't matter now. Ben actually finds himself dead right before the beat. He had high charge, so that's unfortunate. Blue Sheep finds a pick to make things even, but Winsy finds one of his own. Prism is down, and the Shatter goes through, finding two at the most wide points of the Shatter I've ever seen two people get hit. They were at the absolute edge of the corners of the cone, but they both go down, and with that, Apocalypse is going to roll through. Isak does find the Widow. A bit of a Reddit Lucio backline trip now. Isak it's just taunting the enemy team and stalling out this point a little bit. But that is going to be what seems like a pretty big cap for Apocalypse.
Even if they cap this point, what they looks like they're doing, it is going to be very hard to win next fight. Look at Hellfire's ult charge. The grab Tire Dragon beat is going to be huge. And what can Apocalypse do? Like, grab back, but you don't have a Dragon to follow up. You don't have a Tire. You don't have anything to play against that. I feel like ult economy, Hellfire's ult economy is just way better right now when they should lose this fight. Like, Apocalypse is not going to win this fight on paper. If they don't play early, they're not going to win this fight.
And I think Hellfire knows right now that they have all 5 ults, and that Rein ult's going to probably show up this fight anyways, even though it's only at 44%. So you know that you have pretty much all 6 here. You got to expect the enemy team doesn't have much after that push. So now you're just waiting. You can see this. They're setting up for the enemy team to get in the perfect position for Lucy's Tire, and it's going to come with the grab, the Dragon, the Tire, and Veneno's going to get nanoed, but it's not going to be enough, unfortunately, to be coming through as well. And Hellfire's going to clean this up, and we are at 1-1 right now. In what has been a crazy back and forth match. We just went to OT on King's Row.
As I said, being a good player that's cool, okay, but when the enemy team has like 5 volts and you have none, well, you're gonna lose. And that's pretty much what happened there, okay, grabbing, alright, dragoning, alright, tiring, alright, all this and all of that, just to make sure everyone's dead. So, this match was pretty fun, actually. I felt like Apocalypse was like way better on their attack, and then they just lost momentum under defense, and they just like I don't know. I feel like Hellfire is coming back in the series. I don't know if it's like the control curse where the worst team always wins control. I don't know what's gonna happen. We'll probably see on next map, but I'm really hyped about this turn map right now.
And as we said before, stick around and follow, because when we hit 300 followers, that could be tonight or on another stream, we're going to be doing a giveaway of 30 Blizzard balance, which is very exciting. So make sure you follow and stop by the streams to have a chance at that giveaway. We're going to go to a 3-minute break here while Apocalypse picks their map. And I just want to say, like you pointed out, it was a curious choice after seemingly losing the brawl to go into King's Row. But I guess they thought that because they hadn't really committed to the brawl early, that they ended up being down the ult so they could, take their brawl on to King's Row. But it was certainly a brave choice regardless. And they take the map.
Yup, very, 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 very fun game to watch right now.
So now we wait for Apocalypse pick as we go to a short intermission. Stick around for more exciting matchup. We are back. I'm here with Gilgamesh. We're now going into map 3, the OCS playoffs. This is the first match. We're currently looking at Hellfire versus Apocalypse. And right now we're at a 1-1. Apocalypse did take Lijiang. They took the control 2-0, but Hellfire pulled it through in overtime, taking King's Row 6-3. Now we're here at Volskaya, where honestly, I have no idea what's going to happen. I really don't know what these two teams are going to run here.
Yeah, me neither. Like, I don't know. Volskaya is a very, very spam-centric map. So many high ground, so many plays, like so many spots where Ashe or like I don't know Widow can just play, and Side is a good Widow. I feel like both teams have good Widows, so I don't know what's going to happen here. Maybe I don't think Ryan is good in this map, to be fair. So I wonder if like teams are gonna play like some kind of Sigma comms or even spam comms. I just wonder.
Yeah, I think Ryan's kind of weird on this map. It really depends on what the enemy is running, because, I mean, as always, right, if the enemy is obviously, like you said, taking advantage of that high ground, Ryan is going to be really hard to run here. But right now it looks like Hellfire is on this kind of, like, Sigma Hog composition.
A pretty good comp. Yep.
Yeah, it is good. And while it has a Lucio, it might be good for Keener here, because he does certainly have targets he can swing on, whereas if they were going full spam, it might be hard for him to even get there in the first place. But he's still going to have that challenge, so...
Absolutely, especially that Hellfire's not playing on high ground, so they might get overwhelmed at this point.
And of course, Hellfire probably knows that they have this bunker room behind them that has that mega health kit, and if you use that, it's really good for your team. They actually have 2 health kits here. Now, there is a health kit on the right side. Now, Keener again pushing the corner. Big Mac gets hit by, sorry, that's Mac getting hit by the rock. Switched my teams up, but now Mac finding himself isolated by that brawl comp, which is being played really well right now. Very good wall comes through from Eden, allowing him to isolate Mac, but he actually finds his way out. Resley now has the high ground. It's actually the attacking team capturing that high ground, as Mac is anti. He's going to have to back off, but he did find Eden first. Now, the brawl is actually taking the point, and that's going to be hard. Lucy's trying to poke out the back, but not going to be easy with Resley firing out, and with the brawl having the point, it's almost impossible to take it back if you don't have a better brawl comp. Now that Coalescence certainly helps, and the Rhine Chatter actually gets blocked by his Sigma Shield as Mac finds another pick, but the Visor comes through with the beat, though. Pete finds Keener, he goes down, and now Resley's going to have to try to find something as that beat comes out from Isak. Resley is still on that high ground, dueling the Lucio as the point has its own battle going on. Resley finds the Lucio, but Lucy finds the Lucio on the other team. As a pulse bomb comes through, Lucy finds 2, and with that, Hellfire is going to hold on pretty strong right now.
I have so many questions right now. I think it's one of the messiest fight I've seen in my life. I feel like, I don't know, when I was a kid and I just found out about, like, existence, and I was like, hey, what? And that's how I feel right now. I don't know, it's just so... There's a soldier in high ground shooting, and Lucio on the right, Sigma on the left, and they're all around the map using all of their ults. It's, I don't know. But see, if we speak seriously right now, Winzy, Mac, and Side are coming with their ults here, and they should win this fight on paper again. 3 ults against 1. I think that Big Block coming in.
Oh Lord, every single ultimate Hellfire has is coming out right now.
As I said,
not many results. Yeah, as you called, but no results. As Lucy does find Fuzzy Puddles eventually. Surely it was as a result of those ultimates. Keener again also goes down in the middle of the point, and as you said, the while it's not a full spam comp, the comp that is more spammy does seem to be winning here.
Yeah, actually, even though Sigma should die on point there, I know this character is broken, but he should die at some point. Oh, he's dead. Okay,
At some
yeah.
point.
Okay, yeah, I don't know. I feel like the Keener again is playing well on running, but they just can't get it done. I feel like the Mac is just surviving way too much. And as you said, it's not a good brawl comp. It's a Sigma or Ryan. Sigma wants to spam, Ryan wants to go in. The other Soldier wants to spam, and I don't know, like it was like 50-50. But now they're going into Make 3, and I don't know. I feel like Winzy and Mac are just getting way more value with a spam comp right now.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised that they didn't win the point when they had it. Resley had that high ground, but he seemed like he was getting value, and now they're all going to try to take this high ground. Now the Immor actually comes out early. I'm not sure.
That's very bad for Fuzzy Puzzle right now. They don't have Immortif. Oh, that's not having Immortif is a big matter when you play BAP.
Yeah, and especially when you're holding this high ground, now you need the Immor for your Ryan to hold the point. But you do have the beat, and now you're up one, and now they're all stunned, and now they're all frozen because you've pressed every single ultimate you have. Except for Twid, who did hold on to his grab.
I love what Isaac did. He booped the brawl into his team, and they were all on high ground. Yeah, Isaac just like some, I don't know, but questionable boop there. Kind of funny to see. But okay, looks like here. Oh, Winzy dying early. That he's gonna respawn. The brawl is gonna go in very, very hard there.
Wow, yeah, they're capitalizing on this, and it's gonna work. But the High Noon comes back to bite him. Scythe uses it to find 2 with his High Noon. His trades are coming through. I highly doubt a Fox, but wait a minute. As I say that, I need to watch it. I need to just stop speaking altogether because I keep cursing these teams. Now Resley finds another. And this brawl with only 3 people is currently holding the point. Keener again's low, but Twid's coming in to help. Now Keener again cannot survive this flux, though. That's very unfortunate. He's going to go down actually on the little thing, the platform that rolls around. And with that, Hellfire is going to commit some old slate here, but they are going to hold the point.
I feel like every fight I see like the entirety of the team's ult economy go away. Every fight there's like 6 ults going out. I don't know. That's just so funny. Right now, but I feel like they shouldn't have invested in this fight because they knew that the signal was gonna come back with the Flux and the Qualisence of the Moira. I feel like that was just not a winnable fight, and they just used Apocalypse used a lot of ults for this fight, and it ended up not paying up. And they needs those ults to attack the point, and Isaac just booping them, like laughing at them.
Yeah, he certainly doesn't want him to take the high ground. This time, his high ground boop is a little bit more reasonable now with the wall coming through. That was actually smart. They put the May wall up in front of it and put it down to try to catch them off guard, but didn't seem to do anything as Mac just pops off with the Roadhog.
Mac and Lucy.
Wow.
That's just so funny. Like that's why Brawl is so bad. Like Keener and Twitch just trying to go on high ground. Isaac is just there, yup, but no, booping them, and then they just try to come back. But they have like a Roadhog, Sigma, and Mickery, Junkrat spamming them. Like, what do you want to do against that? Like, you can do
a tricky comp.
Absolutely.
I really don't know how to play against this. If I was Keener, I feel like I'd be trying to wrap my brain around this one right now.
Yeah, I would be so mad.
Me too. Now, with that May freeze, this could be big. You actually see Hellfire kind of stepping off of the point, giving that space, just trying to spam the enemy team out, and now the beat comes through, and that's going to be huge. As the Shatter does find Winzy, but his shield saves the rest of his team. Blue Sheep finds a boop, though. Lucy's gone. Resley finds a pick, and that freeze isn't going to get anybody, but really didn't need to. Mac is walled off from the point, and he's antied, and now he's frozen. That's the life of a Roadhog, man. You just can't walk anywhere without a million CCs hitting you, and now Apocalypse with 58 seconds is going to cap this point.
I feel like it's the life of like any tank player in 2020, to be fair. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like Apocalypse wasn't playing bad. Their engage were actually pretty okay. They were pretty good for a brawl. But you know, when you play against a spam comp, and spam is pretty meta right now, it was pretty hard. But they still managed to pull it off. That just proves how good they are under brawl, right? But yo, I don't know what's going to happen under defense there. I feel like if you play brawl in defense, the spam is just gonna absolutely annihilate you. So I wonder, maybe they're gonna take advantage of the high ground and do something with it. But I wonder what's going to happen with the defensive brawl here. Maybe that Apocalypse is gonna go for a Roadhog, same kind of come on their own side. I don't know. We'll see. There's
Also something on the line in this game that I haven't really mentioned yet. I just sort of noticed both teams have. Well, Apocalypse, right? They have Big Mac, and Hellfire has Mac. So it's sort of a Mac duel here.
Yeah, Mac duel.
Which one gets team superiority?
I want to see a Mac versus Big Mac 1v1 All-Star game.
Me too. I want to
So-
see I do want to see if they're both in, and I don't think they have similar hero pools, but if they happen to mirror each other, that would be great.
Absolutely. Imagine if Mac wins against Big Mac. Like, how crazy would that be?
Be a David versus Goliath tale. For
Absolutely.
sure.
Speaking about Goliath, we now have Keener again on Orisa.
Oh.
Orisa Sigma double shield Thorb Ash. This is actually pretty nasty, especially with a Mercy. And they're taking, as I said, they're taking the high ground, and that is very, very good. I wonder if I think they have a pretty good come right now, and they should have a pretty good time.
Yeah, and you can see they're set up in two different sort of splits where the enemy team is just going to have to walk into some sort of crossfire. They're doing the smart choice of picking one of the two sort of sides of bread of the sandwich they're in and trying to push it back, but the team's just going to rotate around and form one big clump now. And the point's just getting ignored. This is modern-day Overwatch at its best. Neither team is actually on the point right now. They're both just spamming each other out, and it's probably going to happen for the next minute. Right now we're waiting for Mac to be able to do anything, but he goes low off that spam, catching him, and Lucy is just waiting for that shield to break. And now that it's down, things open up a little bit, but this is actually really good. If you're Apocalypse, you're just kind of stalling out, but now Hellfire does go onto the point somewhat sheepishly. They're scared of the spam that's coming in. Lucy is right below Chwid right now and probably doesn't know it. The way they're positioned, you'd almost think these two players were on the same team, but the coalescence coming through from Pete now. It's going to be big. Eden finds himself stunned, and he's going to have to put down his turret to try to save himself, but it won't be enough. The Bob does come through, and that could be huge in spam comp. The Scythe goes down. Now, Keener again is finally contesting this point with his team, and a tick does go down, but again, like right now, Blue Sheep and Lucy are so close to each other because of the way that high ground works, and now Mac does find a pick onto Twiz, and Keener again, he's going to go down as well now. And Orisa facing down a Roadhog is just a travesty. What an unfortunate sight.
Yeah, I think that both teams actually played pretty well. As you said, Overwatch 2020 is just you don't do anything and you pray, right? Just
Yeah.
rotation diff at this point. But I feel like I don't know, Keener getting Twitter were playing well by like going back and trying to spam. But I don't know, Mike and Winsy just played so well, just kiting and going for good rotation on point. I think that I don't know, Hellfire is just playing with they just have the better rotations there. And it makes a big difference in the game. But Eden and Keener are getting Twid, and Blue Sheep and Fuzzy are coming with a lot of ults there.
Ooh, big flux comes through from Twid, but the beat to counter from Isak, although this is kind of good for Apocalypse here. You're committing more ultimates, but you should be able to hold that beat off at least. Now, the big thing here is that they committed those ultimates and Twid actually almost died, but that bunker is too strong, Mac. I'm sorry, you can go on the flank, but they're simply going to put down the immortality ability that allows him to never die. So, unfortunately for Mac, he's going to have to try something else with this Roadhog here because it's just going to be hard. And then this bunker comp. It's not that Roadhog is necessarily the wrong play. And Keener again, actually. He's going to be switching off to the Roadhog now after taking those face shots on Orisa. He's had enough of that, and he wants this Roadhog duel.
Maybe he feels more comfortable with the 1v1 and like the mirror matchup. Maybe the Orisa is not doesn't feel comfortable on it. Oh, Coalescence coming out from Pete there.
Yeah, Pete is going to keep his team alive with that and hopefully try to find something else as he goes aggressive. Mac is actually booping one off the map. Pressures a couple to the edge, and he's low. He's going to go down himself now. Picks are coming through, and this is good for Apocalypse. You want these trades to come through because at the end of the day, you're the defending team with the better spawns, and you're going to be able to come back. Now, Isak is just trying to hold this together for his team, but he's going to have to give up and get out of here.
I feel like the team that is defending just has such a big advantage right now. Like, I know it's defense, so you need to have an advantage, but I feel like attacking is just so hard for these comps. Like, with Og Sigma, defending is beautiful because you can take off angles and, like, put your DPS on different angles, but attacking with this comp is way harder than it looks like. So, yeah, I feel like it's like a struggle for Hellfire right now, as it was for Apocalypse. But right now, both Sigmas are coming with a Flux. You gotta think about that. Flux Einun might be big for both of those teams, but defending teams still has advantage there.
Yeah, and the Dragon as well for Lucy. Eden's going to have his too, though. Both Fluxes, I think, just came through there, and Scythe going to find the high noon off of it. Resley still has his. Now the Dragon coming through for Hellfire, who are way ahead on time, finding plenty of picks. Of course, now Winsy finds another, and they needed this. You know, trading out is something that goes in the advantage of the defending team, and you love when you spam. Oh my gosh, what did we just see? Pete just won a duel against a high nooning McCree in a way. But now the stall is coming through for Apocalypse. Obviously, with these spam comps, the defending team loves when you're just spamming and not on the point, but the attacking team wants to get in there. Now, Keener again on the The Winston coming out and getting a pick on the site. Now Lucy does find Blue Sheep and Keener. He's rolling hard. Big monkey mode, actually. Caster's Curse. He goes down. Now this point is going to be hard to hold. Apocalypse is attempting. Resley goes down. They don't have another touch. Eden is right there, but Blue Sheep's going to try to get it. Can't quite make it. And the time bank is going to go to Hellfire right now.
This McCree just vanished out of this world. Oh my, that was so funny. Good try, but he just got annihilated by the whole Hellfire squad. Oh, that was funny. Oh, actually, Mag with some big plays there. I saw him, the Sigma from Apocalypse fluxing, and he just hooked him from downtown and canceled the whole flux. And then he said that gets the opportunity for side to get a big Ainun of the Sigma. I know once the Sigma's dead in this comp, you don't have any kind of front line except like a big old charge machine called the Road Dog, right? So playing the Sigma first was pretty good. Very good hook from Mag, kind of carrying his team out of the flux and then getting some big value out of them. And I also feel like Lucy with the big Enzo plays there, some big headshots. It's I think honestly those fights are not that clean, but they really come up to like individual skill and really some. I feel like I don't know. Hellfire is playing pretty great right now. So is Apocalypse, but Hellfire is just a little bit better on this one. It's like really a slight difference, but it still matters in Overwatch.
Yeah, for sure. Certainly, Apocalypse going on to the more brawly comp right now, but you know, still with the Rise of Sigma, you're gonna see a bit of spam. Curiously, on attack actually not going with the Lucio right now. They're on a VAP on a comp, which is kind of surprising for me. I wouldn't really expect to see that on attack, but I certainly, don't know what I'm talking about.
Oh, me neither.
But without that Lucio, they're still going to try to find their way into this point, into the enemy team's spam. While the enemy team on defense actually has the Lucio, these are curious comps going up against each other, something you wouldn't often see maybe, but now Keener pushing into this point. Eden's a little bit low and Blue Sheep has to lose the high ground as Lucy finds him out of the air with a nice shot. That's a big pick for Lucy, who finds two. He's got the other Hanzo now, and with only 20 seconds, Apocalypse has to reset here. They got to get out or die, and they're going to die very quickly as Lucy fires some arrows in there and just cleans house. They only have a few seconds left.
Oh.
Now they're going to Lucio.
It's actually very bad for Apocalypse because they need to switch from character right now and feed his as his coalescence, and they don't have anything against that. With the coalescence diff is going to be so massive, and Side gets a pick on Blue Sheep that was probably trying to touch the point, and Eden by touching point is just dying as well. Yeah, it was just such a big difference that they also needed to invest their resources to even touch point. But they might do it, actually.
Yeah, they do touch. They get a couple on, but now they're having to trade out these picks.
It's over. Yeah, it's not gonna happen for Apocalypse there.
Hellfire playing really good right now and taking not this map yet. Obviously, they still have to push, but I'd be. This could go either way. I really don't know. Both Sky is an map we can go back and forth.
Really popping where he needs to be popping. It's like it's a one fight thing. When you have a minute and a half, they had like a minute. Yeah, when you have a minute, you have like. If it happens fast, you have like two fights. But they were so slow, and Lucy just killed them pretty late. So they had like 20 to 15 seconds to even touch point, and they needed to use all of their resources to just touch the point, and they lost their Lucy on top of that. Nah, it's not going to happen there. It's just Lucy getting 3 picks. That was way too much, and there's just no way they could like come back from this. And yeah, getting just Lucy in this little high ground on the little building in the middle of the map. If you just let him live there and you don't contest him, he's going to pop off. It's Lucy, right? So that not contesting him was kind of a bad idea. Looks like Resley's going to bash in there. Are they going for it? Are they doing it? The Sebastian. Let's go. I want to see this happen.
Oh, a Sebastian. This could be absolutely chaotic. When you have that TP, the Bastion could just appear from anywhere. This is quite frankly terrifying.
I love to see this. I love I don't know. I don't love Bastion as a character, but like as a design, it's so funny. It's just like he's like a robotic baby. I just love Bastion when you play him. But I don't know. Hellfire seems like a pretty organized team that might be able to go through this Bastion hill, but I don't know. It might be a big Bastion diff as well. I wonder what's gonna happen.
And they have a teleporter set up, Apocalypse, to let them touch here as I'm trying to spam out now. Scythe goes down early, though. That's a big pick for Resley now. You're going to kind of have to reset after that. I don't think you can really push in here without your McCree.
No, absolutely. I think they're gonna try. Or no, they're just waiting. They're just waiting for their make read there. I don't think they're gonna take the 5v6. They might just try to. Oh, they're teleporting back. Okay.
Yeah,
they're going on
Apocalypse takes
one.
the teleporter to get a new angle. I think they're trying to just try to force a rotation out of Hellfire to maybe clean up this fight, but
But now they're stuck there.
Teleporter was at 1 health for a while, but it finally goes down now with the Bastion just spamming into this room. Yeah, they've actually kind of given up the Mega room to the enemy team without realizing it, but
Scythe
in trade
again.
for a pretty good bunker, now they find Scythe, who, yeah, again, finds himself maybe a little out of position going down to this Bastion again. And they're going to teleport yet again and take the high ground back. Now Max just kind of has to go. He might just want to jump off the map here.
Oh, he's alive. Yo, you know, he's gonna die. Oh, no, he tried to kill the Sigma.
He lives!
What
he
is
turns around
going
the
on?
Sigma, but he does live. Winsy now dueling out Twid, who Winsy looks really low here, but he's getting out actually. He's alive still somehow. Members of Hellfire are hanging on by a thread into this Bastion who can just teleport anywhere at any moment. Absolutely terrifying now, and a lot of ultimates are online for Hellfire, and there comes the first one. I don't know what you do about this. A sim wall straight through point and a Bastion just spamming you on either side as he pleases. Not very nice to play into.
I feel like both teams just wasted all of their ults for absolutely no reason right there. But, oh, speaking about wasting their ults, Lucy with a big dragon and like Isaac with a big boob. Looks like they're going to be able to attack this. Oh,
wow,
no.
At the last second. Just suddenly, out of nowhere, Hellfire just breaks through with only a few moments left. I really thought Apocalypse was on top right there. But Hellfire just took the map out of nowhere from underneath.
I don't know what happened. I was like, Apocalypse is in a good position, and then, oh, well, Fire just kills everyone. Well, I guess the curse is really true after all.
Wow.
This point was gonna scuff. I don't know, like, 4 members of Hellfire were on point, hiding the Bastion, and their 2 DPS were just coming back from spawn, and they, like, kind of sandwiched the team. Like, they sandwiched them. That's so questionable. I think that this old sequence was just one big fight. There wasn't any kind of regroup. It's just like, okay, DPS died, they come back. Oh, Martin died, he comes back, but we never stopped fighting. That was so weird. This Volspedia map was really confusing for me, but it was still great to witness, especially when you see a Bastion like that.
Yeah, and that's going to be Mac on the Hog actually coming out on top right now, putting his team up 2-1. It's going to be Apocalypse map pick now. But yeah, that was really back and forth, and just I'm frankly still in shock. I really thought Apocalypse had that. I thought they were fine, and then I believe that was Lucy, maybe something. Just kind of, I really don't even know what happened. It was so sudden. I have to watch this back.
Yeah, same. I actually have no idea what happened there. That's very, very questionable.
So very suddenly, from right under their nose, Hellfire takes that map. It was gonna. I think does that draw there, or do they keep going? I think they keep going, right? Or does it?
It's 2-1 for Hellfire, so they keep going.
Right, but I mean, if Apocalypse would have held.
Oh yeah, it would have been a draw, so it would have been
Right,
a 1-1.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. So going back to a 3-minute intermission, but stick around. Do hit us up with a follow. We are doing a big giveaway, 30 Blizzard balance at 300 followers. Make sure you follow and come around and check out the rest of these playoffs that we're going to have going on for a while now. So we'll be right back after this short intermission, guys. Stick around.
See you later.
All right, and we continue. Now going on to, I believe this is map 3. 2-0 Hellfire right now, who after losing control have actually turned things around, and they're up right now. And this is still first to 3, single elimination. So this is a pretty big match for Apocalypse. This could be their last match of OCS if they don't pull something out here. And
Absolutely.
We're going to a 2-2, so, you know.
And they still won. If they win this map, I don't know. I'm just saying they won their first map on control. So if they win this map, I think they have a pretty good, pretty good control knowledge, I guess. So they might win this control map. So I guess this map is like really what's gonna like determine like the end of this game.
Yeah, that's
probably.
True.
And it's Ivana, the favorite map of every tank and healer player, you know? Ivana. Who doesn't like Ivana? Except Widowblade, except everyone in this game, right? Ivana. Well, as I said earlier, like me and Jumpenny spoke about this map, and you know it's a big DPS. If your Widow pops more than the enemy team Widow, you're gonna win the game, right? It's all about your DPS on this map. Range DPS are the key, and I wonder. I saw Priz play Phyra Junkrat a lot, but I wonder about the Widow, and are they gonna be able to play against Lucy and Amin-War on their best picks, right? So. I really wonder like which DPS are going to be better in this map, because DPS are really, really important on Havana, knowing that it's like so range centric.
It's actually a really good point. Yeah, this spam is going to be big, and you're actually going to see Mac from Hellfire out here, and he's on the hog as he runs a lot, which can certainly work. You know, you can really mess up an Orisa with that Roadhog, but now that Prism is on this Bastion, I'm not sure how this is going to go. This could be a hard one for Hellfire to break through. Eden early, finding a pick, and that's what he needed. The Bastion from Prism actually coming out almost in response. Or no, sorry, it was Apocalypse running it before, so they do pull this Bastion out yet again now. But he gets hooked! He gets hooked and he's dead! He's res though. As the Immor actually keeps the res alive. Man, Immor with res is such a nasty combo. You just can't do anything about it. But Prism now is going to mow down the enemy team Hellfire. Yeah, they've sort of boxed themselves in here in a really unfortunate way where they're just going to have to try to contest point before they die.
The Bastion died though, so for the recontest is going to be much easier for never mind. Amin-War is dying late. I don't know. If the Bastion isn't here, Hellfire might have a pretty easy recontest, but I don't even know if they can touch there. So they're not going to touch. They just died a lot. No, they're not going to touch. There's no way. I think that Hellfire is just giving up on this point. That's a good decision.
Yeah,
now Bastion is going to come back. They probably know that Lucy and Amin-War are so good that they just play Bastion instead and just, yeah, you know what, let's just Bastion this. You know, President Bastion in the payload, doing his President stuff, just shooting. I think that's a pretty good decision. And Bastion is actually pretty good against this kind of like Roadhog Sigma comp, to be fair.
And it really broke down into a nice sequence of events there for Apocalypse, who team played that really well as a big dragon comes here through Eden. Actually finds Pete, just trying to fly through the air as Mac on the Roadhog is going to find a pick, but both teams sort of just spamming one another out as Eden finds another headshot. And it was a really nice turn of events there for Apocalypse, who Prism gets hooked, and they actually Immor and then res him as the Bastion ultimate. A little cheeky, finds Lucy. It maybe comes out late. I don't know if he needed it, but he definitely used it, and Mac is just in no man's land right now.
Mac is vibing, my guy. He's just in the backline doing his Roadhog thing.
He's trying to get a spawn hook or something, and I don't know.
He's against the Mercy! No! Oh! Burrito, please!
But he can't touch it. Prism is on the point with a damage boost. A Bongo is going to make it really hard, but Prism actually goes down in the middle of an Immor. The Immor was just slightly off, and now Hellfire is going to roll this fight with Mac. Like,
oh my god. I would be so mad. If I was Apocalypse coach, I would be so freaking mad right now. Because Mac was actually in the backline trying to spawn kill Burrito and the Mercy, right? And then Veneno was forced back, so Mac's team was in a 5v6 situation. So Mac ended up giving this fight for his team by going in the backline and forcing the Sigma back into spawn. What a great play! That I don't even know if it was meant to be like that, but that ended up being like one of the greatest play.
It was smart because he kind of realized Apocalypse wasn't going to close in on him, so he could just kind of mess with those healers and make their job getting back hard. Now Amin-Ra comes in with his tire and he finds 3. Tire's been big all day, baby, and another one comes through. It's going to get 1 res off, but I don't think that res is going to matter.
Yeah, Burrito just rezzing is Sigma, so he can feed even more, like, so he can give even more ult charge to the enemy team, I guess. But they're just going away. I don't think that res was very useful, honestly. The Sigma would have respawned anyway, along with the rest of his teammates, so it doesn't really matter. But look at that. Okay, well, okay, they're switching off Bastion now, okay? So, So both teams are gonna have like pretty much the same ults here, so I wonder what's gonna happen. This fight is gonna be pretty neutral, but I just think that Apocalypse really needs to take this high ground from Hellfire right now.
And now the grab does come through. The Flux is gonna pick a couple up, but not find a kill as Prism actually goes down, finds himself alone, trying to attack there as the Dragon comes through. And Prism is new to this team, so maybe a small miscommunication there. Mac finding one. And he's
Mac is popping off.
Yeah, Mac's playing really good right now and just holding this really strong for Hellfire as he gets hooked, but not going to mean a whole lot.
Yeah, I feel like Mac is just playing this kind of like
it's
really...
it's the duel! It's the Mac Big Mac duel! The one
they're playing the same character! Whoa!
Yeah! It's the Hog Mirror!
They
Wow.
earned us and they gave us what we wanted. Wow. So
were
thank you guys.
listening.
Appreciate it.
Yeah,
Oh.
thanks guys. You made us look really smart.
Yeah, Caster Curse, as we say.
Clearly, we knew that was gonna happen. We just
Yeah.
predicted it from the start.
We're scripting all of those games, guys.
Yeah, script. Yeah, clearly now the script is going off a bit as Mac gets a big hook on the Big Mac. I don't even know how to call this, right? Because I just said a big hook. I don't know. But now the tire comes through along with the dragon, and the tire is going to be the one that ends up finding one as the Immor saves some members of Apocalypse, but not enough as Amenrar is slowly popping off here as he did last fight. He doesn't need the tire. He's going to get the kills regardless. And as they start to clean up this fight, Amenrar's got to be feeling pretty good about himself right now. He's got a good roll going.
Yeah, I think that Mac just plays this really annoying Erotic playstyle where like he's everywhere in your back line, in your front line. He's just like he's everywhere. He's just like getting some very big hooks and very big whole hog. I don't know. Mac's being very well right now, kind of winning this duel.
Actually,
and we also need to speak about Amenrar playing Junkrat on the Havana and getting some very big value.
Yeah, you wouldn't expect that, but it's certainly coming through here now. The second point. A lot of closed spaces and, I guess, opportunities for that Junkrat to sort of bank his shots around. But Big Mac actually does swap off of the Roadhog duel. He goes onto the ball here, which might be a better pick for him. Right now, they're trying to push this point through with the spam. We're going to have two Sigmas actually sort of brawling it out on the point as if they were Reinhardts. And Luzi finds Prism, who goes down. Big Mac, though, does come through with a pick. They're one down, and the res comes through, so that dragon is unfortunate. Comes through a little late, and Hellfires are going to be able to get out of the way of Luzi's dragon.
I'm sad. We just said that Big Mac and Mac were dueling, and then Big Mac is like, "Oh, we heard you. I'm gonna switch to Raking Ball, so you cannot duel anymore." Like, unfortunate. Yeah. Speaking about duel, Mac just killed Eden late. Okay. The only thing that can win the game for Apocalypse right now, or win this fight, is Prism with the big blossom. If he gets denied, it's over because Beaton's Valkyrie and is gonna have his Tire. Lucy's coming with Dragon, and Isaac is coming with Window. So. Prism, it's all on you, buddy.
And he just dies too far back. He kind of telegraphed that a little bit and just gets avoided. Left on red and seen, and now Hellfire is going to pop off 1 point. Clean this one up and hold so far.
Oh, left on a red and seen. That was funny. Oh, well, okay. I don't know. I just feel like, Apocalypse is struggling against the Junkrat and Mac just getting some hooks every single fight. Like, I think that's a big struggle. They just don't know what to do. They're not taking high ground. They're just like, even if they do, they just can't even like put up a fight against Hellfire. Hellfire just in a very good position and they're not giving it up, and the Junkrat is just out-spamming and winning fights. So, I don't know, the only chance for Apocalypse to win this whole match is to have a great defense. So they really need to like pull off something that's going to surprise Hellfire or be just better.
Very good points you make there. This could be an interesting hold. Apocalypse really has to defend this hard. Havana is a map where, you could see them easily push, but I could see the hold happening too. Curious. They're actually
look at their comp. It's the spawn kill comp, man. They're trying to go for the spawn kill. Yeah. I'm betting on this. I'm betting my life. I'm betting like I'll do the JoJo bet and bet like all of my families on this. I'll bet my friends at the hospital's life that they're gonna. I knew it. They're going for the spawn kill. Oh yeah. Okay. Good. There's no way they're not going for it. So they knew they needed to do something special to win because they knew they were getting a little bit outplayed. So they're like, you know what? Let's go for the spawn kill. And even if you die as a spawn kill comp, you still win so much time. It's crazy.
If Big Mac isn't careful, they can actually see his hammer through the wall right now. He was literally poking it through. And you can actually see it.
I think they know. Did they know? Oh, they're going the other way. That's a good thing.
Yeah, they do push that door early. Usually, I think you want to let the enemy kind of walk out a little bit further before you engage, because Hellfire was able to just kind of walk right back into the spawn. I think if Apocalypse had just kind of held off for another second, they might have been able to catch Hellfire with their pants down, per se, a little bit better. But maybe Hellfire saw it coming in the first place. However, Prism finds Lucy. I mean, that's what you want to see happen here if you're Apocalypse. You needed that, and that's a good start.
Absolutely. I think I love what the Sigma and the Roadhog are doing from Hellfire. They're just taking off angles, so the Brawl cannot focus on the one side without like getting spammed from the other side. I love what they do. Oh, hooking Big Mac there. Cool sense for safe and more getting used by Isaac there. They're just in their spawn door killing Mac. No, you can't do this to him.
Spawn door. Oh no. And this is really big for Apocalypse. I mean, this could actually completely turn the tides on what we thought this map would be. I do like this this sort of Hog Junkrat comp is very lore friendly to me, and right now Amun-Ra has that tire ready. They're both just two annoying characters, right? Especially the way Mac plays this Hog. He's insanely annoying when you're not already worrying about the Junkrat who has a tire right now going off and trying to catch your entire team as you try to hold spawn doors. Right now Amun-Ra is sneaking around, he finds one, and that's really all you need. The Flux comes through just to kind of make sure this fight goes their way. Mac's going to get Immortan saved. And with that, Hellfire should be able to hold this pretty well. A big shatter, only gets one. So maybe not that. But he does find a kill off of it. Prism's going to pop off. Oh, a slightly curious ultimate with the enemy spawn doors being right there, but maybe they want to. Maybe they're
sorry. Yeah, I'm a little triggered about this ult usage right now. You used Blossom and Shatter for 5 minutes. You know, spawn. When you lose a pick, when you spawn kill, you already lost your spawn kill advantage. You need to back up no matter what. And they lost 3, and they still use ult. Like the spawn kill is supposed to gain time to your team, and then
imagine if they had those 2 ults right now.
They were so important. And then the Blizzard is just going in the void. Oh no.
Oh wow, and Eden Blizzard. That's a big play by Armylom and Mac now. Spamming the enemy team off this point. The beat does come out from Blue Sheep, maybe a little early, just to keep his team alive though. Now Big Mac going down. Actually kind of in the middle of his team there. He tried to back out, but it wasn't enough. He gets caught by Luzi, and the freeze is going to be big. Hellfire now getting caught in a grab, and the tides could be turning. They're all frozen right now as Baritone starts cleaning up with this Coalescence.
Oh, are they gonna win this for real? Oh my!
Oh, wow!
I didn't expect this to happen, and they're freezing Mac. Oh no! Oh, maybe that Mac is really the big Reinhardt on this map. Oh my!
Wow!
Oh, look at the Pharaoh there. Both DPS are swapping for Hellfire. I really didn't expect them to win. Honestly, Big Mac wasting Shatter, like Prism wasting Blossom, and then they're just coming back from downtown. And Eden is already back with another like freeze. Oh my!
And Blue Sheep is yet again the first pick down. Luzi finds him riding around, and Luzi finds another. You know, Prism on the Echo I was excited about, but he goes down early here as Luzi is just steamrolling the enemy team. He doesn't know how to stop it. He's simply just going to continue to kill. That's a 4K. Let's see if he gets the 5. He's pressuring for it.
Is he gonna get it? Is he gonna get it? Oh, he's going back. Oh, he's going back in. Is he gonna get it? I think they're just backing up.
Oh, poor Eden here.
Oh no, Eden!
And that makes 5. I'll count it. I don't care how much time was in between 2 of the picks.
I agree.
That counts as 5.
That makes 5 and a snowball potential.
Yeah, no, Amun-Ra finds Prism, and that's big. That's big for Hellfire here, because now Apocalypse just has to back up, and they didn't even get to use that freeze last fight. So now they're coming into this fight with a weird sort of stacked ultimate situation where, you know, you don't really know what to use here. You kind of have to use everything, but if the enemy team, like, let's say Hellfire just takes a dry fight, they probably win this map if they don't use any ultimates here.
I don't think they need to, though.
Yeah, you're right. They probably just need to press Q, actually.
Just like that.
You're right. You're right. They do exactly that, and wow, a big ult combo comes through. Prism finds the pick, but the freeze is actually pretty big here. It caught 3 people. Wait a minute. The Immor comes down, however. Hellfire actually not looking so hot right now. No, they get the res, though, and find a pick, so this could certainly go back their way. Baritone trying to do it again, popping off with this Coalescence. Prism finds a pick. A messy, scuffed fight, as always. These two teams are making this match as interesting as possible. These fights are sloppy, but they are fun. And now Apocalypse right now. Big Mac actually pushing the Roadhog onto and then off of the high ground. Now just going to swing into the Sigma. Big Shatter actually kills the Mercy. Armylom now duel. There's just all these like individual duels going on across the map. It's so hard to cast, but so fun to watch as Hellfire finds the 2 picks they need. That Bob was huge. And that's going to win it. Hellfire's going to take map 3. Hellfire's moving on to the playoffs, baby.
Let's go.
Wow.
Woohoo. GG's Hellfire. Good thing. Very good. I don't know what happened to Apocalypse there. They just, once they lost their spawn camp, they kind of lost their momentum. Even though they were like slightly winning some fights, they just lost all their momentum. They never regrouped. They just kept losing picks again and again. And what a beautiful tire, though. Oh. And yeah, that was a very good game, actually. I was surprised until the end. I really thought that both teams could win until the end. It was very, very entertaining to watch.
And I think, personally, that kind of sloppy nature kind of goes to show a balance. You know, a very competitive match when both teams, you know, one team finds a pick, but the other team trades that pick back. It goes to show that the teams aren't giving away picks for free, which is really good. It means these teams are competitive and pretty equal. And that's what we've seen a lot throughout OCS. Right now, we're in Division 2, obviously, so that was a huge, wonderful, beautiful game to watch. And right now, I think we got to try to pick an MVP out of the stunning amount of talent we saw here today. Not going to be easy, but I'm going to go to you, Gilgamesh. What are your first instincts?
To be fair, I would go with I have a big hesitation between Lucy and Mac.
Yeah.
I would go personally. I would go. Lucy's popping off, but Mac is popping off, and I don't know. Both of those players deserve it. I would feel so bad for choosing. I don't know. I'll give you this responsibility.
I don't mind taking that. You're right. It's a hard pick. I mean, Mac, Lucy, and Almond Rar, really everybody for Hellfire. We saw a lot of pop-offs. Army Llama eating that grav. They're late to kind of clutch that out for his team. That
Everyone played well. Everyone played well. You know, but we need to choose somebody.
Yeah, exactly. And I could sit here all day talking about how great everybody for both Hellfire and Apocalypse played. But I think at the end of the day, what we saw for most of this consistently, I think we saw Lucy pop off a lot. And like you said, it is hard because Mac was certainly very disruptive. But I think at the end of the day, Lucy's consistency throughout the maps just really pushed his team ahead here, and I think I'm gonna give it to Lucy. I think
I must agree. Yeah. All right, I agree with you. Let's go. I think every time I cast Hellfire's match, Lucy's always MVP, man.
Oh, I didn't know that actually.
It's the second time he's MVP, and I only casted 2 of those matches against Hellfire, so it looks like every time I cast, I give some luck to Lucy. Well,
yeah, played very good. Certainly could have gone a lot of ways with this pick. But Lucy just really, I think the consistency is the big thing for me, right? A lot of pop-offs from a lot of players there, but I feel like Lucy was just there, you know? Every fight, he was just there. And now we got
about Lucy.
For the MVP of the first playoff match as well.
Yeah, thank you.
Very exciting stuff. So, how did you guys feel after you lost that control map, right? Maybe you're reeling a little bit. What was kind of the mindset going into that next map? How were you guys able to pull that back and sort of what did you have to do to keep your heads up?
So we kind of stopped playing our game on that first map. We just sort of played theirs. We played slow and scared. On the defense, we did the same thing. Sort of got overextended and that sort of thing. And then we sort of had like a mental switch, and some people that are really good at calming started calming. And it just, our engages were cleaner, team synergy was there, and it enabled us to take the map.
Yeah, persevered greatly through that first loss. Gilgamesh, any questions for our MVP?
Yeah, as you said, coming is very important, but I kind of want to know what happened on Volskaya, because the Bastion comp, I was looking at it, I was like, what is going on?
Yeah, I got to play in the most obnoxious positions ever on that map.
True. Oh, this game was great, actually. Sometimes I was kind of like questioning some stuff. Like, it was very funny to watch. This was kind of messy, but I still think that was a very great game. And even if it was messy, you still managed to pop off multiple times with the Enzo. And I think that's what makes the difference. And like being consistent in this game is really like what's important. So, very good game, Lucy.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think like Gilgamesh pointed out, the fights were often breaking down into these really like scrappy messes because these teams were even. You know, the trades were really coming through, and we saw these like. I have to imagine for a player, how intense are those fights, right? When you see the kill feed and it's just going like back and forth and you have no idea what's actually happening.
Oh, it's crazy. I sort of had to treat every fight like it was winnable, no matter what happened, because it was just, they would last for so long. I think both
every
teams
fight is winnable.
Both teams ended up coming out with stuff that neither one expected.
Yeah, there were some weird, wacky, and really cool comps, actually. I really liked what I saw. A lot of creativity from both teams. Congratulations on your guys' win. You're moving on to the playoffs.
Thank you.
And we'll see you guys hopefully in your next match. Good luck. Thanks, everybody, for coming out.
Great.
So Thursday, 8 p.m. EST is the next match. I will actually my team will be there. I won't be casting because I'll be participating. So if you want to come and cheer me or the enemy team on, please do. Also, the follow giveaway at 300. We're doing $30 of Blizzard balance. So make sure you stick around and check out these streams so when we get it, you can be there and get that giveaway. Give us a follow so you know when we go live.
Oh yeah, that would be a very good idea. Like giving a follow for money, it's very worth. You know, it's a free trade. Come on,
it's value. Yeah,
it's big value.
And with that, we're gonna sign off. Thanks everybody for coming out. Great viewership, a great time. A super exciting playoffs just kicked off tonight. Make sure you come and check out these other matches we're gonna have because surely there's a lot of exciting stuff coming up. GG's everybody.
GG. Good night.